All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Got the final 3 wars of our season here. I know it's a little late. I was actually hoping to combine the season rewards with this video, but apparently it's going to be like a week before Kabam decides to distribute those. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into this. We got Pycb, LVT, and NewN for our final 3 wars. I feel like we played NewN 3 times this season, but I think it was only 2, but it feels like 3. Yeah, overall, you know, solid season minus this Pycb war was bad on both sides. But yeah, so we're gonna get right into this. Pycb, I've got Elsa, Quicksilver, Wiccan, Sauron, and KP. LVT war, I also had, let me see, I had 6 fights in that war. But yeah, Rogue is actually going to see some action here, so that's always fun. I really like Rogue. I've always liked Rogue. Very simple champ, but very effective. She's got some similarities to Magic. Like the mutant magic, her L2 is awesome for power control. Not as good as Magic's. You know, it's not power lock, and it's a little inconsistent, but pretty reliable for the most part. So, and she's global. So, not only did I get to use her a few times this season, but she's going to see action next season. And I did take her to rank 4, if you guys didn't catch that. This Elsa fight, it's pretty straightforward. Level 1 start on a lot of Rogue fights, but yeah, I mean it's basically always get to level 2, you know, and just cycle to level 2, and good games, you know. Mutant boosts, I think I actually only used 150 and 8% on this fight. Smaller health pool, and with that rank 4 attack, I didn't want to use 212% mutants. So what with the lighter ones? And I also have I think KP, yeah, KP on the L2 mini in this war, which is where I load up Rogue with the mutant boosts. Yeah, so let's see, this Quicksilver on 24, I think it's node 24. I really wish they would have the node numbers when you actually fight a defender. You know, it shows you what the node is, who the defender is, and all that good stuff, but it doesn't give the node number. You know, why not just put the node number somewhere next to the node? Novel idea. Yeah, so this one, Nick Fury just completely bodies Quicksilver anywhere. I opt to take dexterity off on this fight. It's wise, it really is smart, because he's a very simple fight with Nick Fury regardless. But, you know, if you have any buffs in this fight, it's going to get ugly, because it's just going to, like, you're going to cycle into basically a never-ending region / unblockable cycle. But yeah, it's basically just parry. You don't need to get the passive stuff. You just parry and light ending combos, and just spam the level 1s to keep your tactical charges up, so that you just prevent all his evade. And also it keeps knocking him down, so any whiplashes you may, you know, get on you, he just purifies them. So yeah, super straightforward fight. Went with, who did I go with? Oh yeah, I went with Nick Fury for this Wiccan fight. Placebo. You know, this was kind of an unknown, but I was really confident. You know, I dueled him a bunch. Not even a bunch, a couple times. I mean, he has 2 lives, right? 2 life bars. But then apart from that, like Wiccan, sure, he can incinerate you, but he dies so fast. And Nick Fury with max deep wounds and boosted up, like it just wasn't going to be an issue at all. And he does. He just pretty much goes down without any kind of issue. Just bleed him out. That's fun. They still haven't fixed that. You saw that fun parry there. I was a little late on the recovery. I don't fight with him a lot, to be honest. Like, I really don't. I don't think he's really a good defender, honestly. Hand cannon. And that's it. That's all she wrote. So, yeah. Real straightforward. I think you guys may have seen that I had that tech boost up. It's for this Nimrod fight. I just went ahead and threw it up there. I didn't need a skill boost, so just go ahead and put that on so we don't forget. Doom. He's gotten a lot of use this season. I think that he's still in the niche category. He's a solid champ. He's not Doom, that's for sure. And he's really good for a couple of matchups. Bishop being I would say, his best matchup. Other techs aren't ideal or even good for Bishop, while he counters Bishop in every way possible. So the key with, didn't work out with this, but the key with Doom to do any appreciable damage is you want to just push them to over 2 bars of power. Didn't happen here because Sauron was a little spam happy with the level 1. But I may have encouraged that, to be honest, because I don't want to deal with level 2. But yeah, no, either way, it's a pretty straightforward fight. Doom, he's taken a lot of chance here this season for me. And he's rank 5, so, he does well. But he's blacklisted next season along with Nimrod, so that's going to make things a little more interesting. And Kabam said that they are going to fix the global attack and defense. So we're going to have the same globals, but prowess's potency's going up a bit for the power gain, and also the attacker prowess removal is, I think it's going to double. Instead of 1 per hit, I think it's 2 per hit, if I remember correctly. So this fight, what I didn't account for is that her level 2 yo-yos their health bar up and down, so like it can actually work against you on this specific node. This was a rough fight. The first half pretty solid, pretty good. Boom. We're gonna go ahead and start cycling these. Okay, looking good. Look at that power back. All right, winning. Right, that one didn't do jack. But, okay, still in good shape, a little RNG, okay, well, still in great shape, looking pretty good. But shortly, his power gain, his combat power rate is going to start getting way out of control. Right there, I was a little too early on my wake up, and man, did I pay for that. So, now I'm a little clinched, right? I'm a little clinched. And then I already see, kind of how this is going with his combat power range, all his rage stacks, plus the AoE node, which I don't know that actually, I don't think it contributes to his power gain, his combat power rate anyway. But yeah, so I'm like, damn, I can't afford to really take, any block hits, but definitely not any more just hits to the face. His rage stacks are all out of control. I guess that when he goes into overpower, I guess it mitigates or slows down his combat power rate, which is great because I definitely need that. But basically, this came into, this came down to like a level 1 face, which, she turned into pretty much any other champ. With the advantage of being the global, when I knock him down, I get that armor up, which can, control his power a bit. But yeah. But you see I stay offensive there, don't want to be scared, we're going to go right into it, yep. Cycle a few of these. We just don't want to deal with that level 2. We really don't want to deal with that level 2. Yeah. So, yeah, really long fight. I mean, this is what turns out to be almost a 3-minute fight, 2.5 maybe. I end up getting backed up here in the fight form shortly because, you start watching his combat power rate. Look at that. Even 1 hit on block with all those rage charges, and he is, half a bar power at a time. So this was definitely right? Like, nerves. But, this is why we play. This is why we play high level war. For these situations. Oh, man. Yeah. So we're basically coming up on 3 minutes now. Still a level 1 bait fest. Let's bait these dumb level 1s. Yeah, and level, rank 4, boosted up, all that, or not, I would put her at a 6 for this fight. Kingpin on any other node, just about, body, absolutely controlling. But this node, yeah, I would say a 6 and 10. Just because, like, she's going to do better than pretty much any other champ, a non-local champ, and I just went for it here. Push him! Ooh! But yeah, like, she's pretty vanilla after, half the match. That was a rank 5 Kingpin, so fair enough. But yeah, that was a little rough. A little too close for my comfort. But hey, a solo is a solo, and we did learn something. We also learned that this was not our war. I think we had, 10 deaths? I think 8 to 10 was the loss here. Yeah, I mean, both sides bad. Kudos for Pycb for sucking less, but man, that is just a poor performance by us. That was our one loss for the season, so that did burn, but it is what it is. Still a good spot. Moving on. We got LVT again, second time this season, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, I got Tigra, Jabari, AbsMan, Bishop, Sassy, Mangog in this one. I'm running iDoom again, but basically I needed She-Hulk and Mr. Fantastic, i.e. Green Team, or Science Team, for Mangog. So that's why I had to bring the pairing. Tigra, taking her a bunch, Petrify, just because I know I'm going to get it back. Petrify is nice just to, because in the event of Dex or anything like that, it's just going to help with the MD. Yeah, she is small, so as I've discussed before with She-Hulk, she's small, so you don't get that extended stun time on parry. So you just gotta mind that. Don't be quick, don't be clever. You can't do medium heavy like you can against extra large champs. But, she's spongy. She does. So down she goes. And I don't think what do I have next? Oh, I think this is the Jabari fight. Yeah, so, on paper, he checks out as far as immunities, Incinerate, Shock, great. That's sorted. But there's, I have now, but at the time, I haven't had any way to really duel with iDoom, because all I have is a rank 5 6-star. And, okay, I duel my rank 1 Jabari 6-star, dies immediately. So I needed a 4-star. I've been trying to pull, finally did, but of course after this fight. So the issue here is the hunt, but not just the hunt. You can't cycle his shocks into studs, for a lot of this, because she goes stony. Or she just, cleanses the stun to begin with. I'm sorry, the shock to begin with. So yeah, right here, I got hooked up. I think I tried to shock stun or heavy from shock, and she was immune, and I just got wrecked. And those bleeds, oh my goodness, yeah, they hurt. So again, puckering up a bit here. This turd level 3, yeah, KT pretty much nailed it with his assessment of iDoom. He is a very solid champ, but his level 1, trash. It is crap. It does almost no damage. Sure, I guess it's got some power control, but it sucks. His level 3, not much better. His level 2 is great if they're high power. If not, then it's just okay. But yeah, so had to throw the level 3, and now we're just basically, I wasn't even going to try to get to level 2. I'm going to take the damage where I can get it. But yeah, I just got to play careful. Mind the hunt, mind his cleanses, and I mean, basically you're stuck with a vanilla attacker that can ignore a lot of the node, the DOT from this node, but the trade-off is crap for damage, which is essentially what this is. So great, this right here, that was okay. I realized that the shock either didn't stick or she was stun immune. So she looked like she was going to back up and be defensive there, but I took the level 1 anyway. Be careful, be safe. Good old power sting. Yeah, again, solo is a solo. Not clean, Not pretty, but I got it done. This fight right here, though, I was gonna originally take this as She-Hulk because I've taken him on other nodes multiple times with She-Hulk. She does well against him. But actually, shout out to DLL. I watched a couple of his vids, not on this specific node, but on node 20, which also has placebo. I think it's like drip feed. Similar concepts, very similar node, not exactly the same, but pretty damn close. So level 1 start here, full pre-fight set. You know, I had 3 total pre-fights left. Little slip there, a little late on the decks, dash in, but no harm. But yeah, like right here, like once you get to this this first level 2 and you got a double stack of his pre-fights, you're good. It's a good game. I mean, this guy is neutered. He's just a stump. Boom, drop the heavy. Yeah, and he's just dumb. You know, he can't do anything. You got Petrify working. I'm pretty sure that there was no willpower. I think they removed willpower here. Because that'd be doing a lot more damage. Which is fine. You know, it doesn't change anything. I don't know what the removal of willpower is for. I guess for void or, you know, something out there. But whatever. Didn't matter. And you can see this is just control. Pure control. And you got max inequity. Yeah, I forgot to these fights. I'm pretty sure I forgot to put my mastery setup, which I apologize for that because I do like to put my mastery setup, especially when I change something. I was running max inequity and resonate for him, but you know, you got the evade, you got inequity working with you. He's got native almost 1,000 physical and also energy resistance. Mr. Fantastic does. So yeah, I mean, you're just in solid shape all the way around. And then here we go, Doom for Bishop here. Yeah, I think this is a sub 30-second fight. 24 seconds, I think, is what this was. We're gonna roll right into him with this. I think I just kept the level 1 start, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Yeah, I mean, he absolutely dominates. I mean, it is like funny. Let's stop short. Good. So I do like to do what I do. You can cancel the first hit of his heavy straight into that level 2, but I do like to just finish. You know, I like to finish it because you're going to be in your aura of iron anyway, and you get that last hit of the heavy to knock him down, and if you're quick enough, you throw that level 2, you're going to hit him with the first hit and then all of the level 2. So you're going to push their power as, you know, a little higher than you would had you canceled in the first hit of the heavy, but you're also going to get, you know, extra hits because you're going to get the end of the heavy hit. So, but yeah, you can do it either way. You can cancel first hit of level 2 or knock them all the way down and then throw the level 2. Sassy, gonna get my revenge here. So not boss and not a 7-star, but you know, I've taken Sassy on this node probably 6, 7, maybe 8 times. Not in this alliance, but my previous. So I was definitely confident here. IP was a little apprehensive because he just wasn't sure. I guess they usually send AA here, which I mean, he's great. But I don't personally like to use AA. He's an amazing champ, but he's basic. Yeah, so I mean, this right here, like standard She-Hulking. You know, I think I had one. I planned to have at least 6, 7 pre-fights back on that Mr. Fantastic fight, but it didn't work out. I just got the 4 back. So I had to place 1 on him. I wanted to have another one, not that it really mattered, and then I placed 1 on Doom after, and then 2 for Mangog. So yeah, like I had all my spacing on this down. And shout out to Zap, man, like taking me to school with She-Hulk. Like I honestly never used the level 1 with She-Hulk, pretty much ever. And you know, I always approach this fight with level 2 and science boost, and basically just go for the level 2. But yeah, like her level 1 is very high chance to inflict an exhaustion, possibly 2, and always stacks of fury. You know, it always procs a fury for yourself. But the exhaustions, they basically prevent rage stacks on this Tanorak. I never really knew that. I may have known it initially, but I never, it's not, you know, who do you use with exhaustion? I mean, She-Hulk on level 1 and Luke Cage on his lights. So yeah, like, and that's how I should have approached the Sassy fight on boss. But yeah, you know, especially with when you've got, I removed Dex in this one for Mangog. When you've got Mr. Fantastic, you just let the power stings do the work. I mean, it's so obvious, right? You throw the level 1s, you know, you're stacking power stings from the exhaustions. The exhaustions are suppressing Tanorak, and then on top of that, you're stacking furies, passive furies, which are just amping up the power sting damage. So you just let him kill himself. You know, if you get to a level 2, great, you can throw that, but you know, the regen doesn't even matter. You're gonna out damage that, and then the petrify from the pre-fight is gonna mitigate a lot of that anyway. Not to mention his regen, while decent, is not Absorbing Man level regen. Absorbing Man's regen is ridiculous. If he's got max sig, pretty sure it scales with sig. It's dumb. It is ludicrous. You have to get a handle on that. So yeah, pretty sure we went with I know I was talking, but I think we went with suicides in this. Recoil masteries, right? Yep. Full suicides too. So this is the first time, you know, I haven't ever taken him with suicides, and I rarely use suicides. But I was like, all right, you know, after the last time when I followed 7-star rank 1, I was like, man, that was a little too slow. That took a little too long for him to cycle past these level 1s. I didn't want to deal with that, you know. So yeah, we went full suicides, and you know, I determined that she only needs basically 3 level 2s at most. He'll be dead. So yeah, no, it worked out well. You know, all this damage loss you see is from blocking, because I don't even think I get hit in this, and recoil. He just falls over. So yeah, full suicides, way to go. I mean, you can get away without suicides. You don't need it, but you know, we're not dying here. We're not doing that. We're not playing the death game. So, but I do try again later. I have Mangog. I think it's the next war where I actually take him with just Liquid Courage, because she's immune to it, obviously, and that means I don't have to like pull stuff out and respec to put into Coagulate, because I had Coagulate on that one. So I want to see, you know, a little bit of testing. But yeah, no, anyway. So look, 3-1 LVT. That's a great war, man. 3 deaths. Real good LVT. So yeah, Nimrod, good old Nimrod. Sure, iDoom would have been great for this. You would have had to play around the poison though. And then on top of that, like, I got Weapon X later on, and I'm dealing with that. And that was a bleed node too, so yeah, this is, you know, I wanted Indestructible, Invulnerability boost, just because, in the event that he somehow gets to a level 3, right, I don't want to deal with that. So Invulnerability, you can do a level 1 start for sure, but it's not going to kill him at level 1 anyway. Not sure if they're running Inequity, you know, it's probably a good move, you know, because, you know, you see all that plasma stacking, so all that's just going to mitigate my attack. So, but, you know, he already does less damage with shock because of Havok's energy resistance. So, you know, you couple that with Inequity, and yeah, it just makes a longer fight, more chance to mess up, all that. But and you know, you gotta play around to incinerate a bit. I mean, you can take some and saw, and then 1 clip on the end there. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, you're gonna want to play around that incinerate, because it hurts when it hits your block and you gotta incinerate up. Not to mention, no willpower because you're a robot, so you're taking just straight DOT damage, ticking away on top of the, you know, block damage. But power stings helped a bit. I think I calculated it. I think I got, what, 34 or 37k total power stings. So it's helpful. You know, it's definitely helpful. yeah, no, it was a solid fight. I don't think I've taken him here with, I don't take Pat 9 A or B very often. But yeah, no, I ruled, you know, got it down. I knew what my plan was. And yeah, carried it out. I think I only had 3 fights in this war. Yeah, Havok, Weapon X, and then Mangog. So masteries here. I was actually a little different for that first one. I did not have recoil or suicide masteries. I think I was running Tech Collar. I did spec into just Liquid Courage, and then Inequity, 1 in Resonate, and then a sprinkle in Tech Collar, what I had left, 2. Let's see. Yeah, 1 in Petrify, and then I do another mastery change. This war, even though it was 3 fights, it was a lot of mastery changes. I think 3 total mastery changes. A couple, I don't know, 150 units or so collectively. But that's what it takes. It takes, guys. That's what it takes. Sure, don't need to do any of that. You don't need to do any of that. You can handle it without, but I'm not playing that game. I don't mess around. You know, we are not dying. So, fully boosted, went ahead and went with Tech Boost, because it has been a while since I played Weapon X. It's been a while. Definitely a great defender, but not when Nimrod's in play. That changes things. So, level 1 start. We're going to parry up front a handful of times. We're going to go ahead and, you know, get a bunch of armors up. Plus, I got to wait out the shock, since we start with shock on this node, and then it goes to bleed. We're going to wait that out, and then we commit. We got 1 little shock. Naturally, of course, 1 hit shock. Yeah, classic fit. So, yep, and this is it. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's the end. So he doesn't even make it to Berserk. You know, we don't deal with any of that. We're just going to nuke him down immediately. Don't want to deal with it. And let's see, our last fight here. Last fight of the season, baby. Last fight. Yeah, there we go. Still rocking Liquid Courage. I think the only difference here was... Oh yeah, that's right. We maxed Willpower, pulled out of Tech Collar, and then we went ahead and removed Dexterity, because we don't want that. We do not want that Dexterity. And again, you can definitely do the Mangog fight without Dexterity. I've done it plenty of times, but it's risky. It's a little risky, because if you do that Dex and you trigger that Precision, it could literally end you. It could end you. So yeah. And there's nothing you need to really... Everything that he throws at you, you can evade without Dex. Now watch the beginning of this fight. I mean, kabam, I swear, it feels like there is just, it's like it builds, and there's just sometimes when it's like, you feel like kabam tweaks their AI, and they know. They're like, oh, we're coming for you. Watch this. So, no heavy, really? I mean, who does that? No one does that. And it's like, oh, you took Dex off? Oh, that's it. You're not gonna be able to parry first attack like a normal fight? Nope. Going straight into heavy. So that already got me steamy. I was like, oh, hell no. I was basically triggered from the beginning. And again, last Mangog, full suicides. This Mangog, same exact champ, same 7-star rank 1, and we just went with half suicides here. So, same setup, power stings, you know, pre-fights. And yeah, no, I think this is pretty much where I'll land, to be honest. Like, I like the way this turned out. I do like that the full suicides was slightly quicker. Right here, you see I push the envelope a bit, you know, go for these spam heavies. He could have had stand your ground, max stand your ground. I took that risk. And then right there, boom. Smack right in the face, but that mitigation from the inequity is helpful. So yeah, I don't know, I haven't had a chance to really, I haven't taken the time rather to stop and look and like, oh look, you know, he made it to Enrage, and I haven't looked to confirm if it was because I didn't kill him in time, because I wasn't running full suicides. I don't know yet, but either way, happy with the result. And yeah, we did great this last war. NewN, 10 deaths. We did okay. 4 it's a decent performance, but But anyway, anywho, it was a great season, and thanks for watching. Peace.